Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name. And we're going to be going over the Cthulhu Druid deck guide. Not a deck I would think many people can expect to see on ladder. It's definitely an interesting one in regards to not being very popular, but actually pretty good in my opinion. This deck performs very well against most decks being played right now in the meta. Granted that you don't draw absolutely horribly. So with that, for those of you who are unfamiliar with how we do our deck guides here at the Shack, we're going to go through the deck, explain why I have what I have in the deck, you know, why we have one copy of cards versus two copies of cards. From there, we're going to head into some ranked games. We're going to play the deck on ladder. I'm going to explain kind of like the thought process you should have, you know, every turn while playing the deck, the mulligans, and overall matchup strategies. So with that, let's head into the deck and explain why I have what I have in here. Naturalize. Originally in this deck, I didn't have any Naturalizes. I actually had the Black Knight and Big Game Hunter. I figured Black Knight could kill cards like Lich King, big Bone Mare targets, and I figured the BGH could kill Giant, you know, if the opponent plays Arcane Giants or Big Edwin, you know, whatever decks do crazy things in one turn, make giant minions. Druid has a really hard time with dealing with that. But unfortunately, those cards were kind of unreliable because we'd have BGH, but we could only use it on certain occasions. It was very specific in its use. Cards like Naturalize actually have multiple different uses, and it looks bad at first, you know, a 1-mana destroy a minion, your opponent draws 2 cards. Your opponent drawing 2 cards is really bad if you're playing against an aggressive deck, because most of the time in aggressive decks, your opponents have very small minions and they flood the board, and killing one, they're just going to replace it with another small one, plus you gave them 2 cards. The main reason this card is in the deck is for your rogue matchups, your priest matchups, your mage matchups, decks that utilize, you know, having a couple, like 1 to 3 good size minions. But also an interesting thing is a lot of the times, if you notice their hand size, it'll fluctuate between 8 and 9 cards in their hand at a time, depending on, you know, what type of deck they are, whether it's control or mid-range. And you can actually be able to mill your opponent 1 to 2 cards if you time your Naturalize correctly, plus people don't play around it. And for 1 mana, being able to destroy whatever you want is actually really powerful in regards to tempo swings. And this deck, you know, you're able to drop a Twin Emperor Veclor, or you drop a Doomcaller and you can kill their giant minion. It's pretty good tempo swing. So Naturalize, whether you're overdrawing, killing a giant minion, or tempo swinging, if I mentioned that, really good. Is better than, I actually, like, I teched 1 in, I was like, wow, this Naturalize is coming in handy. Let me see how 2 works, and 2 seem to be working pretty good, but keep in mind, again, not good against aggro. It's there for the mid-range and the control decks. Beckoner of Evil, this is kind of just your early game Cthulhu buffer. Not the greatest card. It's a 2-mana 2/3, so the stats are okay, but your main reason you have this in the deck is just to give your Cthulhu +2/+2. Not my favorite card. I wish there was something better, but there's really just not. Doomsayer, really good against aggro classes. The ability to play this card out and hopefully clear the board so you have a nice clean field to play whatever you're trying to play. Super nice, you know, leading up to a Cthulhu turn or an Ultimate Infestation or your Furion turn. Really nice. Good card, and I think fits really well in the deck. Cards like Wild Growth are absolutely staples in the deck, playing 2 of these. The ability for Druid to cheat mana has always been one of its strongest suits, you know, being able to excel, you know, through Wild Growth, Jade Blossom, Innervate, which was just recently nerfed and Nourish. You know, most of the time you're able to hit 10 mana before your opponent hits 6 or 7. So you're basically 3 to 4 turns ahead in regards to the creatures you can play. So when you're dropping, you know, on your opponent's turn 5 and you're dropping cards like Doomcaller, Twin Emperor, Veclor, and Cthulhu, there's not a lot of your opponent can do. And it feels really nice. Wrath has always been a staple in a Druid class. 2 mana, deal 3 damage, or a 1 damage and draw a card. So, you know, depending on whether you need to cycle or kill a bigger minion, it's up to you. In combination with Fandral, it does 4 damage and you draw a card. Pretty nice. Disciple with Cthulhu, I've always played 2 of these guys. Always. I have every Cthulhu deck. I always play 2. And I was like, all right, well, let me try Druid, just one of these guys. And I found that a lot of time this guy is really bad in the late game. You know, having a 3 mana with a card with 1 HP sucks. You don't play this minion because of his stats. You play it solely because it buffs Cthulhu and it deals 2 damage when, you know, it's Battle Cry. This deck does not synergize with Battle Cries. It doesn't synergize with dealing damage to minions like Warrior does, and it doesn't synergize with 1 HP minions. This card is pretty fucking bad. in this particular deck. In Warrior, it's pretty good because dealing damage to minions allows you to sleep with the fishes. It enables your execute. You know, it gets it closer to those combo cards. But in this deck, it's really not so swell. So I'm still teetering on playing Disciple of Cthulhu, and the Twilight Elder, and then also the Cthulhu's Chosen. It's kind of like I've tested all of them. The Disciple of Cthulhu is better versus aggro decks because you're able to kill, you know, maybe a cheap minion, but the other ones are better versus control. So it's kind of like up to you, but definitely running another buffer, whether you want to play Disciple, the Elder, or the Cthulhu's Chosen is kind of up to you. The Jade Blossom, again, just same thing as Wild Growth. You play it because it grants you a mana crystal. And mana crystals are really important to ramping, so you can get close to your big cards like Cthulhu, Ultimate Infestation, Doomcaller, and Twin Emperor of Eklor. Eater of Secrets is in here solely for Quest Mage. This deck it's very similar to, you know, the Jade Druid, the Control Warriors, the Priests. They all are very, very weak to Quest Mage, and depending on the meta and how popular it is. Recently, Quest Mage has actually died down a little bit, but some days, you know, you find that like 50% of your games, or, you know, 1/3 of your games, you just keep playing against this Quest Mage and you keep getting OTK'd because your deck is just it's more of a slow deck. It's not an aggro deck. So just throwing in one Eater of Secrets is really good. Basically guarantees the win in that matchup if you draw it. Granted, it's really bad versus all of the other classes. So if you're not playing against Quest Mage, this is your tech spot. You know, put in like a mind control, not a mind control tech. Mind control tech. You can throw in more Cthulhu buffers. You can throw in BGH, Black Knight, stuff like that. Fandral. I don't really like this card in this deck that much, but I found that if you play this card on turn 4 and you have Nourish on 5 and your opponent doesn't kill it, you win the game most of the time. Like, it increases your win rate substantially. You draw 3 cards, gain 2 mana crystals. It's crazy. But you're basically playing this because it's a decent 4-mana minion, and your opponent freaks the fuck out when you play this. You play this on 4, and your opponent's like, oh my god, if he has Nourish, he's going to win the game. I have to do all this shit, and I have to kill it as soon as possible. So whether or not you actually have the backup for this card to make it good, your opponent doesn't know that, and they're going to freak out and try to kill this as fast as possible. And if they don't, they're going to be worrying about it every turn. So it's just a good card to put in the deck. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a make or break in this deck. If you don't have this card, don't worry about it. Play something else. Play another tech card. You know, play a mind control tech, play another Cthulhu buffer. You're fine. Swipe, definitely a staple in this deck. Double Swipe has always been a Druid staple. It's just a good card. Deal 4 damage, 1 to everything else. I guess instead of Fandral, you can play cards like Blood Mage, stuff like that. Nourish, double Nourish, staple. Most of the time, depending on the situation, I'll explain during the matches, but there is a difference between, you don't always just draw 3 cards, you don't always just ramp. It's depending on the situation, who you're playing against, what are the cards in your hand, what has already been played, what can you expect. It's not just a one pick solves all. It's a very, I don't want to say complex card, but it drastically changes which one you pick based on the matchup. Dark Arakoa, just a perfect, I don't want to say perfect Cthulhu card, but very good Cthulhu card. You know, a 6 mana, 5/7 taunt, big stats, big minion, annoying. Battlecry, give your Cthulhu +3/+3. It's even better than 2/2. So really, really good card. And the thing is, it's a Druid specific. So this is like the Druid Cthulhu card. It's a good card. Spreading Plague, of course, 2 of these in the deck. This is your aggro destroyer. You play against an aggro deck, they flood the board. They don't play around Spreading Plague. They're going to get fucking destroyed. Maybe we'll play against an aggro deck who goes crazy on the board and we can pull a nice Spreading Plague. Maybe we don't. Control decks, normally Spreading Plaguing for 2 minions is pretty good. It's about the maxed value you can get out of this card, but against, you know, more aggro decks, you can get 4, 5, 6, even 7 minions sometimes, and this card's crazy against them. Furion is absolutely insane. It's basically like the new Justicar True Heart for Druid if you were around in the Control Warrior meta a couple months back. The ability to not only gain 5 armor, pick 2 minions, pick 4 minions if Fandral's out, and then the hero power of gaining +3 attack or +3 armor is huge. This was definitely on my top 5 best legendaries to craft out of the Frozen Throne. If you haven't checked out that video, really good card, staple in the deck, 100%, gotta have him. You don't have to have him, but it's really, really fucking good. He's not important as Cthulhu, because Cthulhu is how this deck works, but he's up there. Twin Emperor of Eklor is part of the Cthulhu synergy cards. If your Cthulhu is a 10/10, you basically play 7 mana and you get 2, 4, 6 taunts. And it's a very powerful card. The fact that it has taunt makes it really annoying, and the fact that it has 4 attack is really annoying for priests. Priests hate this card. This card, Double Doomcaller. This is a card that most people would only play 1 of. The meta has slowed down to a point now where most control decks, you're able to play, like, the reason there's 2 is because you always want to draw them. You want to play Cthulhu, they kill Cthulhu, you want to follow that up with a Doomcaller every time. You want to have Doomcaller, even if you don't, like, let's say in the matchup, you know 2 Cthulhus is enough. It's turn 8, your Cthulhu hasn't been buffed that much yet. You can drop a Doomcaller. Your opponent's like, okay, he dropped Doomcaller. When I kill Cthulhu, he doesn't have another Cthulhu. This guy's retarded. Why would he play Doomcaller if his Cthulhu hasn't died? You play Cthulhu, they kill it, they go out of their way. You drop another Doomcaller, shuffles another Cthulhu in your deck. By then, your Cthulhu's like a 20/20 or more, and you win from there. So double Doomcaller. Surprisingly, it may not be like it's only. I think the main thing is it's good because people don't expect it, and it's just one of those things. Trust me, play 2, try it. I think you'll be very satisfied with the results. Cthulhu, the point of the deck. Not going to explain him. He's really good. Ultimate Infestation. This is how you're able to basically, in the early game, ramp, play as many cards as you can, try to stabilize the board, don't die, play Ultimate Infestation, refill your hand, reload, keep going, start playing more giant minions, get a huge tempo swing, drop Cthulhu, win. Also, good combination. Go with the Cthulhu dies, you Doomcaller, put the Cthulhu back in your deck, you Ultimate Infestation from there. You try to redraw Cthulhu as soon as possible so you can play the second Cthulhu, and most of the time your opponent doesn't have that kind of healing. The ability to play a one Cthulhu that's like a 12/12 plus, and then play another one that's like 20/20. We're talking like 30 plus damage solely from just Cthulhu's battle cry, not including any other damage you've done that game. So, big stuff here. Hopefully you'll enjoy this deck as much as I have. Let's head into some of these ranked games so I can show you how good this deck is and how fun it is to play. All right, so heading into the first game here. We're gonna be going against a rogue. I have played so many rogues today. It's insane how one little copy pasta deck on Reddit can affect the ladder oh so much. So I'm gonna make the assumption this is either going to be the infamous Tempo Rogue, which a couple people have hit rank 1 legend with multiple times, or it's gonna be someone playing Miracle Rogue thinking that I think it's gonna be Tempo Rogue, and then they're gonna be like, oh, it's Miracle now, and I didn't plan accordingly. So it's like 75 Tempo, 25 Miracle Rogue. So you got the sweet copy pastas, and then you got the people who are advanced, and they're like, oh no, I'm gonna counter the people countering the counter. We always just wild growth here. So it looks like he drew patches. This is like once in a lifetime thing. I don't think this has happened in quite some time. So it is the Tempo Rogue. So we're just gonna drop Fandral here every time. We even could go Wild Growth into Spreading Plague. Spreading Plague is super fucking annoying for him, but the Fandral is really annoying as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop Fandral. Because if we drop Nourish and if he doesn't kill Fandral and we draw Nourish, we win. If he kills it, all of his creatures are dead. We're chilling. Coin Evis? Coin Swipe. What the fuck? Interesting that he would kill off his 1/2 and not his I was thinking about attacking the 1/2 and then going Spreading Plague next turn just to guarantee we get 2 extra minions, but that kind of tells him we have Spreading Plague and or Swipe. I don't want to telegraph that. I wonder if he plays patches too. Like, out of his hand. Looks like he's not. It's fine. So I could just go Spreading Plague here. I could go Jade Blossom swing. I think Jade Blossom is Spreading Plague, I guess. Because if we Jade Blossom now, we still don't get to Cthulhu or Infestation on 10 regardless. So we'll just Jade Blossom this upcoming turn. He might be more obliged to go wide on the board, gives us a good swipe. So I played a 6 mana 2/10. Still doesn't feel that great. I guess mostly you want to use it when you have 3 minions. The taunt's still good regardless, but eh. So it hits it there, bounces it back. I can't say I think that's the right play unless he's making a big Edwin. Yeah, I don't think you'd ever want a Vile Spine Slayer, a 1/5 taunt. You just set me up for a nice swipe here, man. That's all you've done. That's all you've managed to do. So now next turn we get to Infestation. This guy's still a 6x. For some reason I have how many Cthulhu buffers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 Cthulhu busters heading to our buffers, heading to almost a little lower than 1/3 of our deck. And I always seem to have a difficult time getting them to 10-10. It's the strangest thing. I'm gonna go with the Infestation over the Cthulhu because we guarantee we kill 1 minion, we summon a 5/5, and we refill our hand. Like, it's just too good. And then the following turn, we can go like Dark Arakoa, Disciple into Cthulhu. Scalebane. Slightly annoying. I think we're gonna have to modify our plan a little bit. We're definitely gonna have to kill the Scalebane. The question is, what's the best method to do this, right? So, so it's definitely going to be a Wrath. I mean, we could Disciple this and then just play the Dark Arakoa. Or we could Wrath. Disciple this. We have 5 mana left over. It's not a whole lot for us to do with that. Unfortunately, I'm not killing the root of the problem here, but this is a lot better than only spending basically 5 mana to kill a 5/5 and then playing the Beckoner. Because we're going to be able to... This 5/7 is going to be able to kill something, right? And the Cthulhu's going to be able to kill whatever's left. Yeah, it's totally okay. So now I always attack this 5/4 with this 2/1 because this 2/1's going to die to this 1/1. And then the Cthulhu has a higher chance to be able to get rid of this. And the reason we're playing the Cthulhu now is because we have the Doomcaller in our hand. And it sets up lethal. So he's going to Slayer this. No Slayer. Alright. He already used 1 on the ton. That's why I don't recommend it. If you're playing against a Druid and you don't know what kind of Druid it is, I recommend holding it because it could be an aggro and you want to use it on like a Hydra. It could be a Jade. You want to use it on something a little bit bigger. But using it on a taunt to push 2 damage, not even. I don't even know what the fuck he was doing. Like, people pick up these lists and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't watch the player playing the deck. They just people just want the best deck, or whatever the best deck they think is, whatever is being hyped. They play the deck. They even like go out of their way to craft all this shit, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's so sad. They don't know how to play the deck. They don't know like what to do, why to do it, and then they complain like, "Oh my god, you know, I keep losing and I don't know why." It's because you're not doing your research, man. You're just trying to go after what the best is, and what the best is doesn't mean it's the best for you. It's not the way this game works. Sorry for that little rant there, but it's just like, I get those questions all the time. It's like, hey, Rob, you know, what am I doing wrong? You know, I play the best deck, and I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's like, yo, well, maybe you shouldn't play the best deck. You should play what you like. Because if you play what you like, you'll enjoy playing, even if you lose. You'll try to turn it into a learning experience, right? You'll be like, okay, you know, this didn't work out well. Maybe I'll try this next time. I don't know. Who am I to say? So, ooh. So coin. Yeah, this is... That's nice. This is good stuff right here. If this can trigger, we're chilling. But the problem is if he Crackling Razor Mauls and he gets Poisonous or Attack, I guess Poisonous is the only thing that does it. Has to get Poisonous. Attack, not enough. Feels good. I mean, he's still gonna deal 8 damage to my face, but still not enough. So I think this is where I like clearing the board here. I'm gonna go with the Malfurion. I'm gonna go with the spiders. Spoders every Tim. Spoders every Tim. Now next turn we can go Dark Arakora Hero Power, we can go Dark Wild Growth. It all depends. Like our best draws are gonna be Ultimate Infestation because we have the ramp into it. Another Nourish for draw is good. Stuff like that. That's fine. He's just gonna push face and we're gonna be able to kill both of these. Oh yeah, this is good. Even Swipe is super good. I think I might just go with Swipe here. I'm just gonna go with Armor. The only way we lose is if he beats us down. We're not trying to beat him down. How we win is overtaking the board. So. This is totally okay. And I like keeping one spider up just in case he plays like a Savannah High main. Unleash the Hounds just to kill this. Okay. He's gonna get this buffed up pretty good. Slightly annoying. It's probably the best 2-card combination he could have had to defeat the spider and get a big board. Naturalize, that we never use that on there. Looks like I'm taking 6 to the dome. But good news is we have the board. Bad news is we have no cards to play. Technically he does 2, I heal 1. Naturalize in this matchup is awful. Awful. This is probably the worst matchup in the world for Naturalize. Crackling Razor Maul, okay, that's fine. Alrighty, so what are we gonna wanna do here is the question. We always hit the Eater of Secrets. Yeah, that's the card I want. That's what I want, game. I just need to play big minions. Just need to get these guys on the board. As soon as I take the board, the game's over. He definitely could Deadly Shot. He could trade, Deadly Shot. That would wreck me. Animal Companion gets the Leok. Doesn't really help him too much. That does help him. That allows him to push through here and attack my face for 10. Jesus Christ. Like I said, the only way we lose this is if he just keeps pushing this fucking face. Do I Wrath for 1 here? I don't think I can afford to do that. Do I hit this beast or do I armor? So let's say he draws Kill Command. Kill Command, Hero Power, that's 7, that's 8. This put me at 10. If I kill this, I mean, Hero Power and attacking is 3. Me attacking, I still take 2. He hasn't played Crackling. Crackling could give it attack. Going for the attack here. There's not a card he could draw besides Leroy. And I would have been dead anyway. Okay, still in it. Gonna kill Beast just to make sure he's not gonna be able to do some crazy stupid shit. Technically, I'm gaining 1 life a turn because his hero power is 2. I gain 3. Tracking, he's gonna look for cards like Savannah High main. He picked that super fucking quick, man. Could have been Rexar. I don't think he would have picked Rexar though. It's probably Kill Command. This could be Kill Command. He draws a beast, and then he Kill Command hero powers. That's 7, and I'm gonna be, ooh, it's right below the amount he needs. So I'm gonna Nourish for cards. Doomsayer is not what we want. Doomcaller is not what we want. Fandral is not what we want. Going for armor, attacking face. We're at 8. I don't think we're out of the park yet. That's the thing. I do not think we are out of the park. All right, we're out of the park. We made it out of the park. Jesus. Yeah. Ooh. Dude, that Hunter is a tough matchup, man. Our Naturalizes against Hunter are super bad. Eater of Secrets is super fucking bad. Like, I haven't been able to Eater of Secrets a mage yet, and it's just one of those things I really want. Another rogue. So many fucking rogues. I think I've seen one pirate warrior since the War Axe change. That's insane. All the pirate warriors are out hiding in their little corners crying. Faiths is no longer a place they can go. I actually saw an interesting pirate warrior deck. It actually ran the Prince because there was no War Axe. And they princed me on 2, and then they just slaughtered me. Their Kirin Tor Elites were 4 mana, 5/4s with charts. It's like, Jesus, mother of God. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I could Hero Power, then drop the Doomsayer, or I could just drop... I think I'm just going to drop the Doomsayer. I don't want to be greedy about it, man. I don't want to be greedy about it. Excuse me? Yo, and I thought I was safe. And I thought I was safe. Little did I know, the Coin Perdition's Blade. I actually did run that in my Tempo Rogue back when, like 3 seasons ago. It's a good card. Perfect, that's why I kept the Wrath. Didn't want to cycle with Wrath. I know he has cards like this in his deck. Now the question is, do we Growth? If we Growth, we can play the Dark Arakoa next turn. It's worth it. So we go Dark Arakoa, and we hopefully draw into like Malfurion. Swipe's pretty good in this matchup. He plays Chillwind fucking Yeti. Jesus, mother of God. I don't know how to feel about that, man. I guess it's one way to lose, the Chillwind Yeti loss. I guess if he has like a Backstab Slayer or something like that, please don't Slayer my 5/7. Please don't magically do some dirtiness to my guys. Oh Jesus, Cold Blood. All right, that's fine. We basically, he soaked up 8 damage face. Play a minion that I can swipe. Shadow Stepping the Swashbuckler. Now at least we need 1 Shadow Step down, which means Leroy is gonna cost less. Less, yeah, that's the word. 10/10 Van Cleef. That's why we play Naturalize, my friends. I definitely don't want to swipe face there. Naturalize helps him, but you know, if we didn't kill that Van Cleef, we were dead. We were dead right there and then. So we're gonna Malfurion maybe for taunts. Because of that weapon. Means if we get the Spoders, 1 Spoder's already down. The taunts basically soak up 10 damage. It's not too shabby. Nourish for cards? Jesus Christ. This Tempo Rogue has 8 cards in his hand. And we've drawn double Doomcaller Cthulhu, which is exactly what we want in the control matchup. That is not what we want in the aggro matchup. In the aggro matchups, we want cards like Spreading Plague, Swipe, Disciple, Ultimate Infestation, but after we've ramped. Bone Mare is a troubling card. Can't even play the Veclor. We have to play that, and it's gonna get Vile Spine Slayered. Yeah, we were way too slow this game. Between the Nourish and the Naturalize and the 10/10 Van Cleef. Oh yeah. So best card we could draw is definitely the Spreading Plague here. Spreading Plague brings us back. Spreading Plague does bring us back. Because if we can't combo the swipe with anything, we're done. Hot diggity fucking dogs. Oh my god. We got it. Still not out of the woods. Still not out of the woods. But the woods are looking real thin right now. The woods, they're clearing. There's huge developments going on here. Lots of houses being built. We're chilling. We're gonna drop this fucking Cthulhu. It's gonna do big things. See what he develops. Second Bone Mare would be really bad. But that's not happening. This is good. I think I'm gonna drop the Cthulhu first before I attack or do anything like that. Alright, Cthulhu needs to kill this 5/3. We could drop the Veclor hero power into there and commence trading. But I feel like Cthulhu can kill this 5/3. Come on, come on, come on. Kill the 5/3. Kill the 5/3. Kill the 5/3. Kill the 5/3. Almost. Do we want to kill the 3/2? Probably. Alright. It's good stuff. Alright, so this trade's here. This can trade here. He wants to hit face. Slayer's that. We knew this was going to happen. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Swipe doesn't do as much as the Veclor. Gonna kill this guy. I never naturalize yet. Well, I could naturalize the 5/4 to be honest. I would rather naturalize a Bone Mare target. SI. Wisps. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess not that bad. Swipe's pretty good. Oh, jeez. Now we can't Bone Mare. We're at 8 though. We died to Leroy. We're dead to Leroy Coldblood. We know he has it. Yeah, this was close. Yeah, it's well played. Is there any card in our deck that we can draw that stops this? No. This is 11. We hero power, we go to 11. I guess we get Spreading Plague. Disciple's not enough. Alright, that'll be our one loss. I swear to God, there's Beckoner of Evils in this deck for turn 2. And also that Blade got us. That instead, like when we played the Doomsayer over Wild Growth, hoping that it could trigger so we could clear the board into a nice Wild Growth. Like that was such a big deal early on. That Doomsayer got 0 value. He actually got something out of it because he got the weapon down and was able to keep the minions while pushing damage. Nice, we drew Beckoner of Evil. Holy shit. So Warlock, I guess Handlock? Like, it could be Zoo because he's rank 5 and he wants to like try Zoo out. So I'm gonna keep the Beckoner. We're gonna drop everything else. I give it 50-50 between Zoo and Handlock. It's Zoo. All right, so do we coin Beckoner here or do we coin Wild Growth? I like coining the Beckoner. Because if he plays anything, we're going to be able to trade into it. And plus, we can trade in hero power. Ramping in this matchup isn't as important as making sure he doesn't fucking overwhelm us on the board. Like, if he goes super wide, there's not a whole lot this deck can do besides like cards like... Oh my god, he got the Prince on turn 2. Have mercy, man. Oh god, this is so bad. Oh god, that's so deep. That's deep, man. Prince with Zoo, turn 2. Jeez. Patch is gonna be a 2/2 charge. Voidwalker's a 1-mana 2/4. Holy shit. He's thrown up on the board. Alright, so this is where we're looking for a sick-ass swipe. We're so fucked. We're so fucked. I guess Spreading Plague is nice. So our best 5 mana card would be Nourish, or I guess Swipe is good, but like it hurts us more than helps us. So I guess a Doomsayer would be good here, so we can kind of reduce down some of this damage. I guess I might Swipe if I get it. I actually might Swipe if I get it. Jade Blossom. Spreading Plague is going to be good. It's going to buy me some time. Maybe Doom Guards, though. I'm super fucked. That's a good one to play. Oh, man. So we need to basically Spreading Plague into... Alright, we got the swipe. Alright, so now we Spreading Plague. Get 5 of these fuckers out. We're going to have to get off a big swipe. I guess the best draw would be double swipe, but even then, its creatures in his deck are so buffed. This Spreading Plague was super good, though. We got very lucky. And to think if we could have played it on turn 5. So he always taps here. He needs to get back some of these cards in his hand because he's going to lose a decent amount of tempo here. I guess Fandral would be good because we can swipe and Fandral in the same turn. He's trying to get all of these down to like around 1 HP. He's done it for 2 of them so far, and he doesn't want to trade too much into it. And he's just basically hoping I don't have the swipe. He's thinking, does he trade to refinish? He does. Hits there. This is good. This is good. Hit that with the swipe. Hit this with the hero power. Keep our guys healthy. These all go face. Turn 9. It's between Malfurion and Dark. I kind of like the Malfurion better. We're going to go Malfurion into Spoders just in case he plays Doomguard. He's going to have to waste like a Soulfire on the Spiders. Unless he just wants his Doomguard to die. Oh, wow. That's deep. Alright, well, let's hope he doesn't run Defile, too. What are the chances this guy runs Defile? If he runs Defile, hits this or 2, goes to 5. This is 10. I guess it's not too bad because we can Infestation that. He might just concede here. He has to run like a Hellfire or Defile. He has to have something fucking super silly. Despicable doesn't kill the spiders. Corsair doesn't kill the spiders. And he, yeah, this is just GG. We're going to be able to finish it off here. Because these trade here. And we drop the Big Daddy Long Slong. And there's not a way in the world he gets past this. Wow, Prince on 2 with Zoo, but we had the Spreading Plague. The Spreading Plague swipe, that was just disgusting there. So, was there a way for him to play around that? Not to go as wide, definitely. Like, if he would have just kept his power minions on the board and not played a bunch of those 1/1s, like, that was the way to go, to wait for your Doom Guards and stuff like that. So, like, when I do Spreading Plague, it doesn't hit it as much. He even runs Cobalt, yeah. So, like, going 6 wide against a Druid, it just doesn't seem to be as effective. So we always just hit that and that goes face. We also could have naturalized either or. But that was something. I think if Zoo was better, their package was better, he should have won 100%. Because we didn't really win because of Cthulhu. We won, like, it was, like, as soon as we stabilized, we were chilling. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed the deck guide. Cthulhu Druid's still not dead. The reason I'm playing Cthulhu Druid and not Jade, which I'm surprised I didn't mention before, is because Jade, it was played so much, and not a lot of people have shown Cthulhu love lately. And, I figured might as well try to make the most powerful Cthulhu deck we can. Cthulhu Warrior doesn't seem to be that great, unfortunately. But Cthulhu Druid's still pretty good. I really enjoy playing the deck. Beats control decks, you know, most of the time, you know, Priest, other Warriors, and, yeah, other Druids. It just stomps them. Having triple Cthulhu because of 2 Doomcallers is just OP. Alright, so with that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode, of course. Happy to have you here. As always, I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.